YouTube? All right, guys, it is like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and we are pulling out of Murrels Inlet. I don't know whether you guys have seen the video yet or not, or if I delayed putting it out. I may put it out before this one, but a few days ago, I drove down to Charleston in the Mini Cooper to go get a part for Goliath, and the Mini Cooper crapped the bed and had to rent a car to get back up, hence the car over there that Katie's in. So we're heading back down to Charleston area so we can pick up the Mini Cooper and Goliath and drop off the rental car. The reason we're leaving so early is because it's a very congested area, and I've got to make some questionable illegal U-turns in order to position Goliath where I need to be able to position Goliath. So we got to do it before the sun comes up, before a bunch of cars get around, so that because I got to park in the street to return the rental car. So we're gonna get on our way. Alright guys, we made it to the Fleet Pride. It's a little bit tricky getting in here because I had to make the big U-turn, and I was going to film it, but I had to be on the phone with Katie communicating with her because she was behind me in the Charger with the flashers going because there were cars coming, and she had to block for me because I had to swing really wide to the right and then cross all the lanes to get to the left, and I didn't want somebody kind of flying up on the left, so wasn't able to record while it was on the phone, but we're here. And there she sits. Hi guys, got the Mini put in there and tied down. It jerked a little bit, but then it drove fine, got it in there. Hi guys, so I ended up deciding not to make the second U-turn. So I got Goliath parked over here. I was able to get him just off of the road. Still got the hazards on. Katie is right across the street behind that Boost Mobile. That's where the Enterprise is. She's dropping off the car, trying to keep an eye on her the best I can because we're not in the best neighborhood. It's not a terrible neighborhood, but for being like just before 5 o'clock in the morning, I cannot believe how many people are just walking up and down these streets.
Okay, so this is a quick walk around of the car before we turn it in. It is in good shape, just the way Adam brought it to me to use. Come to the back. Everything looks good. I'm gonna do this quick so we can get back on the highway.
All right, guys, I got my baby back. So
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
we get in this truck. We're gonna start heading up 26, heading north towards Greenville, and see where we get. We're still kind of tired. We only slept for about 2 hours, so we may stop someplace to take a nap, but we just had to do this in the early hours before traffic picked up. All right, guys, we're back in Goliath, and it looks like if we make a left at this light right in front of me, I can get right onto Interstate 26. That'll take us straight up into Asheville. So that's what we're gonna do, and I get an opening in traffic, so we're gonna do it now. guys, about 8 a.m. We stopped at this Love's here, exit 76 on Interstate 26, just a little bit kind of like northwest of Columbia, southeast of Spartanburg, Greenville area. Just tired. I can feel it starting to get me that my little 2-hour nap on my 24 hours of being awake just isn't cutting it. So we're gonna stop here, take a nap, and then we'll get back on the road in a little while. Well, good morning again, YouTube. I know, second time in one video. All right, so we're still here at exit 76. It's been a few hours. It's almost 1 o'clock now, so we basically slept in till about 1. And we spent the last 45 minutes or so just kind of slowly waking ourselves up and getting ready. But time for some coffee. Gonna run inside, grab some fresh brew for the road, and then we'll probably head out. Right, got our coffee. Let's go see if Katie's ready to go. Got to make a couple phone calls and text messages before we hit the highway, and then see how far we get. I might make a stop. Not confirmed yet. Hi guys, once again you can see how far Goliath sticks out past the next truck, and I'm backed in as far as I can go, backed in to the trees. Now, if this would have been a busy period for the truck stop, like, I would have never parked here, because I'm kind of limiting whoever could park into that spot right there, because I'm sticking out into that space quite a ways. But when we pulled in here, there was probably only 10 trucks in a parking lot that can hold about 100. So there were plenty of places for people to park. But had it been busy, I would have picked another spot where I wouldn't have blocked someone. But when we got here, this was nice and shady. We wanted to take a nap. It was nice out. We didn't want to run the AC, so that's what we did. But as you see, I couldn't have gone back too much further. I mean, I could have pushed into the trees a little bit, but that was good enough. Guys, we are moving again. We're gonna make a stop. We're gonna go visit with somebody, another pretty popular YouTuber that I've been wanting to meet up with for a while. So hopefully we'll be there. It looks like we're about 45 minutes away from where we're gonna meet him. So those of you that know what channels I like to watch and are familiar with the area I'm in will know who I'm talking about probably. We met them at the America Truck Show.
Thank you.
Right. Guys, give me a thumbs up on Goliath.
I got my pad down here.
just made it.
Changed my mind. I'm gonna go out and do this for you.
All right, guys, we just went up the road only a few miles. We stopped in Clinton, South Carolina here at the QT just because they got the cheapest fuel on our route. So we're gonna go ahead and top off. I've got more than half a tank, but again, we try to top off and get the cheap fuel because we're only gonna be in South Carolina for a little longer. This was our best option. We're not that far from Greenville, where we're gonna stop and visit our friend. And if you know who it is, if you know at this point, put it in the comments below who you think I'm gonna go see in Greenville, Simpsonville actually, South Carolina. And it's trucking related, so guess it's starting now. You guys like seeing Katie work? So while I was getting the fuel pump set up, she decided to jump out and clean the windshield. I think the dirty windshield bothers her more than it bothers me. All right, guys, did you guess it right? We're getting picked up by Red Wheels. All right, guys, we arrived at Justin's house. Oh yeah. Ooh. Checking out the truck. You know, seen him on the tube many times, never in real life.
Okay, go, dear.
All right, guys, since we didn't want to unload the motorcycle lift out of the trailer and bring it over to Justin's house because that just wouldn't make sense, we're going to take the Let's Roll Cruiser dolly and put it to good use. This is the perfect application. Like I say, guys, never replace the big lifts for my commercial business, but in situations like this, it's the right tool for the job. All right, guys, if you remember back, one of the videos I did in Panama City, I kind of did like a little shout out to Justin. If you guys didn't know who Justin was that I was talking about, this is the Justin. So he's a YouTuber as well. He's got a channel called Just Trucking, lots of cool trucking content. But the reason I did that video is because the guy that was there, Austin, with that beautiful kind of blue turquoise-ish bike, this actually used to be Austin's bike. He sold it to Justin towards the end of last year. And of course I saw that and said, you know, it's a really cool opportunity because now Justin owns a motorcycle that I've serviced before, one of our customers. It's like, let's get over here and let's service it. So we've got it up on the Let's Roll Cruiser dolly. We're gonna go ahead and do what we call the Supreme Oil Change Service, which is all three oils: engine, transmission, primary drive. We're gonna throw him on a brand new chrome filter and he won't have to worry about this for a whole nother year. All right, guys, we've got it all done. Thanks to the Let's Roll Cruiser dolly, made it a whole lot easier being able to put it up in the air, but see, guys, it'll work on your big wheel bagger. Now Justin can enjoy the benefits of having Amsoil in his motorcycle.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
You guys are swinging by the pool so Justin can see his children for a little bit before he goes off to work. He's got some trucking loads to do today.
People want you to be like connected with other YouTubers.
All right, guys, Justin brought us back over to Goliath, like Ubering without having to pay the Uber fees. It was kind of cool. Yeah, the little red wheels, yeah. And Kaysen and Kylan are all fascinated about Goliath, or they're inside checking it out. All right, guys, we're done here with Justin and the boys. We really appreciate him giving us the opportunity to come out here and work on his motorcycle and take care of it for him. But it's time that we get back home to our grandbabies. Yeah, we've still got like a 3 or 4 hour drive till we get home because we got to go the long way to Goliath. But we'll still be home tonight. We haven't been home in a month, guys. I think tomorrow makes 1 month since we left on this trip. So it's gonna be nice to get back home.
Appreciate you coming by and seeing us.
Yeah, Justin, once again, thank you very much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Awesome one.
Yeah, we'll catch you next
See you
time.
soon.
All right, guys, as you can see, after leaving Justin's house, we made it through Spartanburg and back on Interstate 26 and heading west, which is technically kind of north through this area, into North Carolina. We are exit 10 on 26. We got 10 miles until the North Carolina line. Coming over the last hill, I saw a little mountaintop peak up above the trees, and mixed emotions on that. I'm happy to know that we're back in the mountains because we've missed them. We've been gone a month. I'm looking forward to it. But I am worried because I don't have the tensioner fixed, and that'll be the first time I've had to climb an actual mountain fully loaded with Goliath without the tensioner, We'll see how it does. So far, everything's been running good. Let's hope it stays that way. Luckily, guys, it is not hot at all out today. I mean, the sun's out. It's cloudy. It's not hot at all. It's actually very, very comfortable. So hopefully, even going to slow up the mountain in a low gear at high RPM, hopefully there'll still be enough airflow to provide the cooling that we need. It's one way to find out, right? Just have to watch it like a hawk. Hi guys, you can see those mountains off in the distance. They're way up there. We're almost home.
Interstate 40 heading west through Canton, and we're climbing that little bit of a mountain they have there.
started the hill, like I said, I had that 235, 240 number in my head. I wasn't going to wait for the warning lights. I was always taught only an idiot waits for the idiot light to come on. So I just watched the temperature gauge like a hawk, and luckily we made it. Well, we made it home, and I tell you what, I sure am glad to be here. The weather is perfectly beautiful here in Western North Carolina. I mean, I know it's dark, but it's like a cool crispness in the air. It's not cold, it's just cool. Just the smells of spring and fresh cut grass, and just trying to take it all in. We're just so happy to be home. Like I said, it's been a long trip, been about a month since we left. 4 events, but got it all taken care of. It's good to be home. That's all I gotta say. It's good to be home. Now we just gotta see if we can get one of our kids to bring my truck up here so we can load our stuff in and take it to the house. Because remember, the Mini Cooper's broken, and you know, it's here, but I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to drive it home or not. I don't know if it'll make it that far, but I don't even want to risk it this late at night. I just want someone to come pick us up and take us home. Sleep in my own bed tonight. Well, guys, finally, home sweet home. It feels so nice to be back in our house. Like I said, it was a long trip. Now remember, guys, our next trip will be to Laconia. I think we're gonna be home 8-10 days, something like that, before we head out there. Got a lot to get done. I've got to get the tensioner done on Goliath. I got to get the new wheels and tires put on the trailer. I got so much stuff I need to get done. So there's definitely still no rest for the wicked. We may seem like we got some time off, but we're really not going to get much time off. So anyway, guys, thanks for following us along with the Myrtle Beach Bike Week, Panama City, Leesburg, Wildwood, truck show over there at the 75 Chrome Shop. It's been an intense trip. Glad you guys enjoyed it, or I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time we see you,
keep those engines running.
Good night, guys.
Good night.